Hey everybody. So this is the beginning of the medium sized laptop bag or messenger bag or satchel, whatever you want to call it. Simple version, easy to make, but I wanted to show you, I got the pieces cut out from the leather, and this is it's an oil tanned leather that I got from Smithfield, Springville. I'll put a link into it. This is not sponsored, but I wanted to call out that the leather that I'm using, where it's from, in case anybody's wondering. But it's a nice brown color, like I said, oil tanned. So there's some challenges as far as like keeping the tape down when you're taping down the pattern. So be aware of that. And when you're taping stuff down, it might be a little bit difficult at first to get it there. But yeah, so I got the patterns. I got the pieces cut out. Here's the long side piece that gets, the gusset or the side piece, what you want to call it. I have the straps here cut out for the fasteners and for the shoulder strap. I got the top flap here. I got the handle pieces, the front, the back, the inside. Yeah, that's another handle piece. And then these are for the side, the shoulder strap keepers on the side, and the enclosures or the strap keepers to hold it all closed. You'll see it. So that's it for right now. I'm going to try to make sure I get the tape nice on there nice and well before I start punching the holes. But yeah, I'm gonna tape down, punch holes, and then finish cutting around the edges. Make sure, like always, when you're putting these things together, make sure that the lines line up. The little circle with the scissors lines up as you're putting this together, to make sure that all the holes come together and are aligned properly as you're punching them out. If you get out of, like, off centered a little bit, then you might have a larger gap between some of these holes, so it might not line up very well. So make sure you line them up, print them off at this one is US letter size, just print it full size. There's also an A4 version available, but I'm using the US letter to make sure that everything works. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got all the pieces cut out and the holes punched. And I'm not sure if you saw my short that I posted earlier, but I used, since this is the oil tan leather, and I have issues with the masking tape sticking to it. Let me show you what I did. So here's just a remnant of the last piece. I would take the template and put it on top of the leather, and then tape the whole thing down with masking tape to this die cut pad from that I use with my die cutter, and the tape sticks really well to it. So the template to the leather to the board, then I cut it out, punch all the holes, and it keeps it secure, keeps it in one spot. Much easier to do than I used to. So that's what I did with the large pieces and the small pieces. I just taped it down to this board, punched holes, cut out the lines. The only piece that I didn't do that with was the long side piece, gusset, whatever you want to call it. That one took a little bit longer just because it's a long piece that I had to keep trying to keep taped together and aligned while I punched it out and cut the holes or cut the lines. But yeah, so I got the pieces. I got the front piece here. I got the interior pockets, or you can put them on the outside if you really want to. But this is the back side. So yeah, you can, depending on how you want to set this up, you can put it on the back or put it on the inside and use it as like interior pockets. And then I have the top flap with the double stitching here. It's going to line up with the double stitching here just to make this a little bit stronger. And I have the holes for where the handle pieces are going to be, and then all the keepers for the shoulder strap, and then the straps that go around the messenger bag or laptop bag. So I'm going to start. I still need to clean these up a little bit, and you'll notice that I need to bevel and burnish the edges. So that's what I'm going to be doing next on all these, and then I'll probably attach this first. I don't know. I'll do the outside or inside. I'll probably do the inside. Just keep it nice and clean. So yeah, this will go on the inside. So do this first. Then I'll work on putting the side, and I'll probably do this. Attach it to the back side first, and then the top will go on after. It's kind of how I did the large messenger bag. And then once that's done, I'll attach I need to attach these pieces here and the pieces here before I finish this. But I need to get the handle prepared. I have one of these pieces that goes on the inside, on the back side here, just to reinforce this handle, so that as you're holding it, if you put any kind of weight inside, there's not going to be any ripping or tearing or stretching. It's just going to be a nice solid handle that you don't have to worry about. And that's why I do the back side and then a double reinforced handle on top. But we'll get to that a little bit later. All right, I got some cleaning up to do and some beveling and burnishing. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've beveled and burnished the edges where necessary. I used a number 1, one of these pretty fine ones, number 1 and a number 2, depending on the thickness of the piece. But then I used the Tokenol to burnish it with my little Dremel tool and the attachment. Keep it handy. And so I have the inside pocket. Well, there's the 2 pockets, but the inside piece already stitched up and placed. And then here's the order that you're going to need to do this for the handle. So I stitched just the top and bottom rows. Okay, so not those 4 points yet. Top and the bottom. Just put these 2 pieces together first. Okay, then you're going to stitch this bottom piece to the main flap in 2 rows also, and you can see that right there. So attach this piece to the flap, 2 rows. Don't worry about these yet. Then the handle piece, you're gonna stitch these 2 rows by putting these 2 pieces together, just like that. And then I have them with these little keepers in place, because what I'm going to be doing next is on the flap, I'm going to be putting the little strap keepers in place over here, and I'll be going through this hole, out these 2 holes here. So these are just to make sure that the whole handle is kind of placed. And so once I do this side, then I will pull this over. You'll see it's like this. Put those holes of the rivets through, and you'll have your handle. I'm putting a little D-ring on the top just for accessories. If if the person wants to put their keys on there or some other accessory, whatever, they can put it there. So I saw that on some other luggage piece, and I thought it would be nice to include. So that's why that's there. But yeah, once I have those rivets in place, then I can stitch around. I'll stitch these 4 and then stitch down and around. And then same thing on this side. Stitch the 4 and then down and around once those rivets are in place. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. And then once this is done, I'll get to work on placing the side piece, starting on the bottom first. Actually, I might attach these here first before I start running it around. We'll see. But I'll keep you, I'll show you what's next here in just a little bit. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the progress. Here's the top flap. I got the handle completed, stitched there, and on the back side, it's stitched around, stitched through the flap, and then up to this piece here. I got the rivets in. I got the other strap keepers here and here, and I have just some scraps of leather that I put under the keepers, just to kind of make sure that, well, first it was going to fit. These are 1 1/4 thick. If you want to do it 1 inch, that's fine. It'll still fit. I wanted something a little bit wider, and 1 1/2 just wasn't quite going to make it. So 1 1/4 is perfect. So yeah, so I placed them under here, just gonna get the form. That's looking good. And then on the side piece, I have the shoulder strap keepers stitched in place. Those are looking good. And the other one on this side, these are 1 inch D-rings, and same as this right here. This is 1 inch D-ring as well. So I'm gonna start this here. I'm gonna start on the back side, stitching. You're gonna start stitching not from the first line or first hole, but the second. Okay, that's gonna line up. Let me show you real quick. With the top. The top only has 1, right? So that's gonna line up right there. And then the second line here, this is where the top flap has 2 lines. So these 2 lines line up with those 2. But the side, this starts and ends on this second hole here, first hole here. And same thing on this side. These holes line up like that. And so that's what I'll be stitching to from here. I'm actually gonna start here. So this second hole is where I'm starting and going down. And then I'll do the top. But for now, yeah, start on that 1, 2, second hole, and start stitching. Or if you want to start on this side, 1, 2, start on the second hole with the first hole here. This first hole lines up that second hole. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so it's finished. I wanted to show you the final product. And since my last section, so I stitched. First, I stitched the sides to the bottom, and it was just a simple, just put them together. I put some of them at the beginning with glue, and then used these little stitch holders to hold it in place while the glue set a little bit. And then I stitched it down to this curve, to the other curve, and came back up. Once I did that, then I went ahead and I riveted these keepers here to the top piece, and well, let me open this real quick so you can see it. Okay, so you can see this here, the front piece. That so just once I did the back, like I said, and the sides, or sides to the back, then I did the front after I put in these little keepers here. And again, it's pretty straightforward. You're just gonna hold the pieces together and saddle stitch. You might notice on some of my stitches there's extra. I just like to reinforce it, especially on places like this. I'll double back a few times just to make sure that it has a nice strong stitch where you might be getting a little bit extra use. Yeah. So once I did that, I had the top piece already ready. I had the rivets down like you saw, and I had the handle already done. So all I had to do was run this double stitch, 2 lines of stitching all the way across. That's the inside. Let me show you the outside real quick. Here's the outside. And just ran it down, around, and back. And you'll probably notice there's some double stitching there, just because these ends, they got a lot of wear, they run into things, and so I like to make sure that they're stitched extra strong. So that's why most of my stuff will look like that. We'll have those. So I mean it's done. You have there's the back side. You can see there's the front. Oh, let me get the strap out that way. It doesn't, I don't think it specifies in the template, and maybe I'll have to do that, but these straps ended up being 39 inches. So from, you can see here the back side, there's about 3 inches here for the rivets and the hole for the buckle. So 3 inches here, and then about 36 inches from here all the way down to here. So down but wrapped around about 36 plus that 39 inches. And again, these are 1.25 inch width. If you want to use 1 inch, that's fine. It'll still look nice. I wanted something a little bit thicker on mine. And then for the strap, the shoulder strap here. Okay, so picking up where I left off. On the shoulder straps, yeah, I notched the width of this is 1.5 shoulder strap, which I riveted and sewed. I finished doing that right now. Missed that earlier. But I sewed those to reinforce it. Then I have the 1.5 inch center bar buckle with holes, and again the other side, the rivets and the stitching with the pull tab, clasp, whatever. Yeah, and then there's the side pieces, like similar to the larger bag I did. But yeah, it came out nice. There's plenty of room. Like I said, I was able to fit a 15-inch laptop in here, and along with a couple of books, notepads, or if you wanted to put the charger in here, it would also fit. And then you could have a couple pockets here to put paperwork or hard drives or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple more pictures of this, some glamour shots. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any suggestions, I'm always looking for ways to improve. So if you have some suggestions for me, let me know, and I'll see if I can incorporate those changes into into the next design. Until then, keep watching out for my YouTube channel for some tips and tricks, things I've learned along the way, tools and whatnot. And thumbs up and subscribe. And that's it. Thanks a lot. Oh, one last thing. So yeah, as I was talking in the very beginning of this, the leather that I got was from Springfield Leather Company, and I got two hides on their sale, and they said that they're like secondhand, not perfect hides, but this one was pretty nice, and the other one I unrolled that as well. Yeah, they're not totally perfect. They do have some scuffing on the edge, but for the price that you're going to pay for these, and again, I'm not sponsored by Springfield, though. If they really wanted to, I would not mind. But yeah, for making one-offs, or like in my case, doing these templates and testing them out, really, because I'm learning right along with you as I'm making this. If there are pieces that are too long, or the keepers are the wrong size, the wrong placement, I learn that while I'm making this, and then I adjust the template. So using a good quality leather like Springfield Leather Company provides, but doesn't cost $150, $200, $300 for a hide, then it makes it easier for me to do these patterns and test them out and then get them out to everybody. So if you get a chance, Springfield Leather Company, go check them out. They have good deals on their good sales and closeout leathers. Yeah, check them out. All right, that's it. Thanks.